Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
How are you today?
I'm fine, thank you.
Um, okay, I will start first. I I will tell you about what is software development. What is software? First thing first, it's necessary to find out the answer to what is software. We, however, won't give you our definition because there is answer that called rival the one from Wikipedia. Computer software, or simply software, is a collection of data or computer instructions that tell the computer how to work. In addition, there are three main kinds of software. First, system software. This one performs multiple vital functions on your computer. For example, operation software, iOS, Android, Windows, and utility like antivirus, clipboard manager, diagnosis program, and hardware management. And next, application software. These are the one we must be really familiar with. We use it to carry out a certain activity such as listening to a song, watching video, sharing photo. Nowadays, application software or shortly apps are taking over the world by storm and generate huge amounts of revenue for app publisher. And malicious software or malware. The name has shown it all. The very kind of software is able to harm or damage your device. Its purpose might be used to prank or worse, to steal your information, scams, virus, ROMs, Trojan, ransomware, virus malware, malvertising, spyware are several common types of malware. And in this we'll focus on the development on the second type, which is application software, because I believe that's what you're looking for. What is software development? In plain words, software development involves all the tasks that bring a software project from conception to production delivery. IBM research clarified this definition. Software development refers to a set of computer science activity dedicated to the process of creating, designing, deploying, and supporting software. Software development is often conducted by software developer, software engineer, and programmer. These roles can overlap, and the dynamic between them can vary across development department and community. There are three basic types of software. System software over core function like operating system, disk management, utility. Programming software give programmers tools such as text editor, compiler, linkers, debuggers, and other tools to create codes. And application software apps help users perform specific tasks, for example, media player, security program, data management software. However, there another meaning regarding software development. Oftentimes, this term may refer to the task of writing, fixing, and maintaining the source code of the software. In addition, another thing that should be introduced to business is the two ways of developing option. First, custom software. Software outsourcing development company will build the software from scratch according to their client requirement. As you might know, it is completely customized and the price will be varied as per function and feature needed. And commercial of the shelf, as in contrasted, this is considered as a more economic and time-saving method to develop software. The outsourcing company will provide a product that has the same set of function, feature based on its best practice to all clients. The service will include very little to none customization, so high chances are that the product may not fit your needs. There are two most common options, nevertheless, most of the time. Outsourcing development companies such as Designer or Purple Soft only provide custom software development service and tailor the software as to how client need. And here lies in case you want to do more research about software development company. Type of software developer. First, front-end developer. Front-end developer are the one that turn the design into the website. You can see and interact using the combo of three popular coding language like HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Buttons, images, or blocks of text, you name it, are able to appear on the screen thanks to this developer. Not only working closely with designer and back-end developer to create the most intuitive and relevant interface is their task, but front-end developer also have the mission to make the website be comparative with different types of browser, operating system, or screen size, or in short, make the website responsive. To perform this practice well, a front developer must master several skill sets and try his or her best to be adaptive with change since software development is an ever-changing industry. Let's see what you should have to become one HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, jQuery, JavaScript framework, front-end framework, experience with RESTful service and API, responsive and mobile design, cross-browser development, testing and debugging, Git and version control system, time management and project management, problem-solving skill, knowledge of CO2, and back-end developer, working side by side, or front-end developer are back-end people. Backend or server side is all the code and language operating on the website server, and backend developer act like a mysterious magician that is able to make the interface of the website function. However, they write code instead of waving the wand. In other words, they use the code to work with database, script, architecture, and anything lying behind the skin. Besides, backend developer also have mission to create business logic so that the website is able to open and function properly, optimize the speed and the efficiency, as well as come up with solution for the database. So imagining that you click on a button, this backend will process that activity and most of the time give the user the output they expect. Just like front-end developers, back-end developers should own several skills to be able to work productively. Some of them are backend development language PHP, Python, Ruby, Java, Rust, database, MySQL, MongoDB, Oracle, SQL Server, Redis, API, REST, SOAP, and GraphQL, and versioning control tools like GitHub. Besides the above two, we also have full stack developer. They will work on both the backend and front end of a software development project and other profession related to software development. UI, or UX designer. UI or user interface is a term referring to the look and the layout of your software. UI designer will be responsible for blending graphic element and the content of your website or application, playing with colors, space, lines, so that it could grab people's attention in second. UX, aka user experience, on the other hand, focus on how your software works and how people experience it when they scroll, tap, click, you name it. UX designer are the one who has to make sure that the software works as people might expect or even with more exciting action. And remember, don't make users think. That's what you should be in mind when creating UX flow. Software Quality Control Specialist. Software quality control is an important set of activity during a software development process. People who perform such as role will ensure that the product meets client expectation in terms of UI or UX design, all function and feature as its supportability, performance, and usability. So in short, SQC specialist will track and identify bugs as much as possible so that developer can fix or improve the quality of the software product. And project manager is yet another important role in software development process. Basically, project manager will be in charge of planning the scheme and resource time budget moment of the project, making sure the project is done within the time frame and budget, monitoring and following the progress closely, keeping all the stakeholders informed of the progress, foreseeing any issue or risks that are likely to happen during the process, and ensuring consumer satisfaction. Conclusion: if you are putting a software team together to run software development company, you want to make this easier for your developer. You also want to determine which process and method will bring your business most success. We hope this help you know more about software development and software development process, and will help you build a knowledge foundation on software development and how to run it effectively. I think enough. This is the end of my presentation. Will be continued by Rahayu or Sinta.
Okay. Hello everyone. Hello
Halo.
everyone. I will tell you about MySQL versus MySQL Server. We're looking at MySQL versus MySQL Server. Relational Database Management System (RDBMS) form the backbone on enterprise IT. Data-driven business intelligence, analytic and reporting workloads, simple cloud excite without the support of a provide high performance relational database. Good database can bring you enterprise IT to the next level, while bad database can bring it to its thickness. The crucial question is then which RDBMS is right for your business needs and objectives. When comparing relational database solution, true names seem to come up more than any others, MySQL and Microsoft SQL Server. In this post, key difference between MySQL and MSSQL operating system, cause, support, performance, toolset, language support, which database is right for you. MySQL is an open source RDBMS solution that was forced by Oracle in 2008 as a component of the popular LAMP web application development stack. MySQL powers some of the world's most highly visited websites, including Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. MySQL Server (MSSQL) is an RDBMS solution developed and maintained by Microsoft. First released in 1989. SQL Server is now available in many different versions with different feature sets, including Enterprise, Standard, and Express version. The question of MySQL versus MySQL Server is a tough one, and there are no right answer for every organization. Below we'll go over the most important factor to consider when choosing between SQL Server and MySQL. The main difference between MySQL and Microsoft SQL Server are: first, operating system. Both MySQL and Microsoft SQL Server can be used on the most popular operating system. MySQL offers native support for Microsoft Windows, Linux, and Mac OS X. Although it's a Microsoft product, SQL Server is also compatible with Linux ever since the release of SQL Server 2016, which means that it can also run on macOS using a Docker container. A second, cost. The cost of MySQL and SQL Server range for totally free to quite high depending on your needs and the number of machines you're running on. But solutions include a very trial version of limited cache as well as multiple paid tiers. 3. Cloud support. All, el- all else being equal, both Microsoft SQL Server and MySQL enjoy a comprehensive range of cloud solutions. Each of the big three cloud providers, Amazon Web Service, Microsoft Azure, and Google Cloud Service, provide support for both MySQL and SQL Server. For performance, both SQL Server and MySQL can run high performance workload. Although three-party independent testing suggests that SQL Server is the winner here. Toolset: both SQL Server and MySQL include feature-rich client application SSMS and MySQL Workbench, respectively. However, SSMS comes with more features, including security reporting, analytics, and a powerful execution plan visualizer to find a fix bottlenecks. Language support: all of the most popular programming languages are supported by MySQL and SQL Server. If you are using a .NET language such as Cirrus or Visual Basic, it makes more sense to use SQL Server, since both are part of the Microsoft ecosystem. MySQL versus MySQL Server operating system. With selecting an enterprise-grade database, most companies have already invested a great deal of time, money, and expertise in their IT infrastructure, including their choice of operating system. This means that whether you go with MySQL or MySQL Server, your choice of database solution needs to mesh well with your existing workflow. Fortunately, both MySQL and SQL Server run virtually all major operating systems. MySQL is traditionally associated with Linux as part of the LAMP stack Linux, Apache, MySQL, PHP. However, it also offers full-fledged support for Windows and Mac OS, as well as other Unix-based operating system. SQL Server, meanwhile, is developed by Microsoft and was originally written for Windows. In recent years, however, Microsoft has made a stride in embracing open source community, which include providing support for both Linux and macOS. The most recent version of SQL Server run on Linux natively and will run on macOS within Docker terminal. But the bottom line, the right call here depends on what operating system your company is already using, but platforms support Windows and Linux. Although there are certain home court advantages to each one. Using the SQL Server makes a little more sense if you're already a Windows and .NET shop. On the other hand, if you use Linux and Python or Java or PHP, MySQL is probably the better choice here. MySQL Community Edition is the free open source version of MySQL, which means it is a great start to get your feet wet the start learning the platform. It's more than capable of running smaller production load, but you'll have to pay more for additional support. SQL Server free offering comes into different flavors. First, SQL Server Developer includes all of the features of SQL Server, but cannot be used in production. According to Microsoft, SQL Server Developer is a full-featured version of SQL Server, a software that allows developers to cost-effectively build, test, and demonstrate applications. Second, SQL Server Express is a broadly available version of SQL Server, including for production use. However, Express comes with some technical restrictions in place that are unsuitable for large-scale deployment. Microsoft described it is a free entry level database that ideal for learning as well as building desktop and small server data driven application of up to uh, 10 gigabytes. It's always tempting to save money by trying to make your IT needs fit the limitation of the free tier. Yet, yet if your database is mission critical, this may actually be costing you money in the long run. For large-scale development, paying for advanced features such as monitor, backup, and fast support is also certainly worth the cost. That's enough. Thank you for attention. Next, Rahayu.
Okay, hello.
Hello.
Halo.
On this occasion, I want to tell you about backlink. A backlink is simply a link from one website to another. Search engines like Google use backlink. It's a ranking signal because one website linked to another. It means they believe their content is noteworthy. High-quality backlink can help to increase sites' ranking position and visibility in search engine results. How do backlink works? Backlink is play an important role in search engine algorithm, SEO, and your overall strategy for growing your website. The easiest way to think of backlink will be conversation among a website. For example, John is a blogger and he writes a very interesting article about a sport event. Another blogger, Samantha, linked to John's article when sharing her perspective, since she writes about the topic on her well-known online magazine site. This creates a backlink to John's post. Because the online magazine is popular, many other sites will link back to her article. This increases to one online magazine is authority, and John's article also gets valuable backlink from a reputable site. Basically, it's a win-win. Type of backlinks. There are two basic types of backlink, and one is more valuable than the another. Let's take quick look to each other. One, how they ever affect your site. Nofollow backlink and follow backlink. Nofollow tells search engines to ignore links. They don't pass any value from one site to another, so typically they are not helpful in improving your search rank visibility. The follow links are the type of backlink that everyone wants. Just keep in mind that those coming from respected sites hold the most value. This kind of backlink can help improve your search engine ranking. However, there are the follow links that are considered being bad or toxic. These links come from suspicious sites or again be breaking the search engine terms of service. This may cause Google to penalize or even de-index your site. Remember, it is not about the quantity of backlinks, but another the quality that makes the difference in ranking. How to get back how to get backlinks? Building backlink to your site takes time and effort. Here are 7 simple ways you can start building quality backlink for your website. First, add link to your site on your social media profiles. Second, do a Google search for a post that's already ranking well and then improve and expand it. Third, create list posts, how to post, why post, infographic or post why embed videos. This format usually gets more backlinks than standard posts. Fourth, write ultimate good posts. These are very long posts containing several thousand words and cover every angle of the topic. Fifth, write ghost posts on other blogs and websites. 6. Contact influencer is in niche or industry and tell them about an article on your site that they may want to link to. 7. Interview influencer in your industry and send them a link. No doubt they will link back to your site. You can also be doing competitive backlink research. In order to do this, you will need to see the backlink of your competition who are ranking well. A backlink to like Simcraft can help you find these links, so you can begin targeting those domains as part of your own link building strategy. How can I check my backlinks? There are various backlink monitoring tools that let you check your website backlink, including Google Search Console. Semrush, Ahrefs. Keep an eye on your backlink is very important. Google Webmaster Guidelines require you to ask toxic website owner to remove their link from your site. If you don't, then Google can penalize your website and your page rank will begin to drop in search results. So it is important to know how to answer these three questions. Where can I find all my backlinks? How can I know if they are toxic? How can I contact toxic backlink site owners? Thankfully, the answer is easily with direct tools. You can use Google Search Console to help grow your site and see your backlinks, but it can take a lot of time and it's limited on what can I do. It can do. However, there are faster and better tools available. For example, by using SEMrush, you can quickly answer all of these important questions and much more. SEMrush has two main areas that deal specifically with backlinks. The first is the backlink analytics section, which lets you study your competition, and the second is the backlink audit area. Let's take a quick look at backlink audit section because it lets you find all the backlink to your site. Next, SEMrush backlink audit tool check every backlink and sort out those that are toxic. This way you can find and disable toxic web backlink before Google penalizes your website. And one of the best things about SEMrush is it lets you email the toxic website owner right from the user screen. With a tool like SEMrush, you can do keyword research, see your competition backlink, and manage yours in one convenient place. Keeping track of your backlink profile will tell you a lot about the value of your site and is important part of your site SEO strategy. You can also begin doing competitive backlink research. In order to do this, you'll need to see backlink of your competitor who are ranking well. A backlink tool like SEMrush can help you find these links so you can begin targeting these domains as part of your own building strategy. Okay, that's enough for me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Let's just end the meeting this time. See you next time.
See you.